In this video, I'm going to show you how this Shopify jewelry company grew to 14 million top line with only a $600 investment. But if they don't make this one change in the next 3 years, all that they built could turn to dust. Hi, I'm Therese. I'm a fractional CFO for growing Shopify brands. I help find cash leaks of 50,000 plus in 30 days or less. All this information is estimates from public knowledge, and a cash leak is actually a sign that you are doing something right. As a business grows, it will produce a leak. That is the opportunity that will take you to the next level. We are going to be auditing Dorsey. It is a lab-grown jewelry company. The intention, Meg said, my goal is to make affordable luxury. So she's brought out all the classics, the tennis necklace, the tennis bracelets, the eternity rings. So when I'm analyzing a business, the first thing I look for is to estimate the top line revenue. Meg is an elite operator. She worked for 15 years in direct to consumer brands like Girlfriend Collective and Goop, and she has mastered the art of efficiency in Shopify. So you can see she has 31 here. Ads for this size of company, that's quite low, so not a huge ad spend. Then I go see if they're doing any affiliates. You can see she has about 490 here. I use that as my estimate. And she also has a Substack, which is like a newsletter of 19,000 subscribers. So she really makes sure to bring down her marketing costs. I plug this all into my Shopify calculator. There's a few more metrics besides the ones that I showed you. If you're interested, let me know in the comments and I'll do a deep dive into this calculator. But I'm estimating her top line at about 14 million. And then I take that and I put it into my cash leaks calculator. So if you have a Shopify store and you want to use this, you can download it for free in the link below. Her revenue is 14 million top line, and that's about 1.2 million a month. And her marketing costs, as we said, are wicked efficient. So I am going to put her at the lower end of the benchmark, was about 20%, which is 240,000. Now, to figure out her inventory costs, I research lab diamonds. And lab diamonds are gorgeous. They have been around for a long time, but you can't visually tell a lab diamond from a natural diamond anymore. And that's what's made people drift towards them. However, since 2020, lab diamond costs have been going down dramatically. Just think of like the big flat screen TVs when they came out and they were super expensive. Like I could remember seeing one in the window here in New York City. It was like 7,000 bucks. And now you can find one for $300, just as high quality. The same thing is happening with lab diamonds. She just changes the color, but she can use the same mold. So I'm saying she has a pretty efficient cost of goods. I'd say 300,000. She also only has 27 employees and has proven that she can run a very lean operating machine. So I'm going to say her fixed costs, payroll, all that jazz, tech stack is about 300,000 a month. So let's find the leak. Oh my gosh, there's no leak. Sometimes the leak is not in the numbers. In Meg's case or Dorsey's case, the leak is in the promise. So her promise to consumers was you can have these status symbols, this luxury at a price that you can afford. You can walk into a cocktail party and people are going to think you spent all this money. For example, look at these diamond studs. Diamond studs were the staple status symbol of New York City for like ever. But a couple years ago, I had diamond studs. They cost $25,000. And a couple of years ago, I was talking to a client and she was like, oh, yeah, my engagement ring is going to be lab grown diamond. And I'm like, really? Really? And she's like, yeah, it can make the diamond so much bigger. And I was telling this to my aunt at a cocktail party because we both have a massive obsession with high quality jewelry. And she's like, oh, I totally would buy lab grown diamonds because you can't visually tell the difference. I came back from Thanksgiving, took my diamond studs down to the Diamond District and sold them for $5,000. Now they'll probably sell them for 10,000, but they had already dropped 50% in value. And my hypothesis is they will drop even more because this as a status symbol is gone. When you can buy a pair of diamond studs, you cannot see the difference for $435 instead of 25,000. Every Emma and Sarah will be wearing these. Now, Meg understands this. So she has been quietly trying to go up market with her limited drops. She does about 10 to 14 a year. And she's really trying to increase that price point and push it up. I told you she's a smart cookie, but this is not going to save her. This will buy her time, but only really a tiny bit of time. Because in 2019, a diamond tennis bracelet was a status symbol. In 2019, an eternity ring was a status symbol. In 2019, diamond studs were a status symbol. In 2026, although maybe the cat's not out of the bag right now, but in less than 3 years, everybody will know this. The new status symbol has not been created yet. It hasn't been named. It hasn't been brought into form. And this is the huge unlock. Right now, the business could probably be sold for 28 million, but this number will decline as more and more people wake up to this problem. And believe me, the people in the jewelry space already know it. De Beers is feeling it, Tiffany's feeling it. So what is to be done? If Dorsey was my client, I would take them back in a history and time and look at De Beers. De Beers had essentially diamonds were everywhere. What they did is they cornered the market and put a lot in a vault, creating fake scarcity. Then they took something that was already happening in the collective. People were already giving diamonds to get married. They just named it. They called out what was happening. They said a diamond is forever. And that spread like wildfire. Fire. Now in 2026 with lab diamonds, you just can't put them all in a vault. They are massively abundant. So this object that's going to claim the next 50 years of jewelry, what's possible because of abundance? And if I was advising her, I'd say we need to do these 3 things. Step 1, we need to find a jeweler or an artist who already has these types of creations. Maybe it's bringing back the brooch. I don't know what it is going to be, but it's something that is opulent. Maybe it's these wrist cuffs that we've never seen. After we find the artist or jeweler who can create this next vision of diamonds, we need to find a spokesperson, an icon that naturally wears this. Meg is really good at this. Taylor Swift, Bella Hadid have naturally worn her stuff without them getting paid. So once she finds the jeweler, she gifts this to somebody who would be a natural organic fit, who will just pick it up and put it on. Madonna was sent a pair of Juicy pants back in the day. And because she wore those, they exploded. Same type of thing. Now, that's not all. She has to give it a tagline that she can replay in the collective's memory, like diamonds are forever, something that elevates this to a status symbol. It is this formula or trifecta that which every a jewelry company, large jewelry company is actually trying to solve or should be trying to solve. But this could take her evaluation from a dwindling 28 million, a 2 times multiple, to an 8 or 12 times multiple, because she will unlock the future value of the entire jewelry market, taking this company to 112 million. So what are your thoughts on this audit? Agree, disagree, see something else? If you have a business you would like me to audit, put it in the comments below. Catch you in the next video. Meg, if you want a fractional CFO, call me.